me. We have videotaping for the will. The command is to work on the wills 5 minutes a day, and we have done so since last October and November up through July 20th. At one time, I was 4 months behind because of defending America's rights. This is the glass-top dining room table with 4 orange chairs, stainless steel structure. The box is the Aaron's box. The book next to it is the Buell reunion book, the secretary's book. Tomorrow there will be a Buell reunion, but it will be just Lawrence Buell and Franklin Buell, Franklin Fuller Buell. We are going to Bristol. Lawrence has come up from Florida. The pile next to that is the pile that will have to be done Wednesday because we're going away Monday. It should be done tomorrow, but we're going away Tuesday. We're going away to edit in Hicksville. And the pile closest to you is the pile that's going to be printed today at Staples. They are 2 Porzio papers, I believe. There's 2 ripe peaches that we're just about to eat in the fruit ripener. Fruit ripener really works. It is the proper way to ripen fruit. And these are the plants. These are all rescued plants. As we rescue animals, we rescue plants. These are begonias from Mother Days, from church, the year 1997, Memorial Day, Mother's Day in the year 1996. That's a poinsettia I rescued out at the garbage cans. And in front of that is the wind blew a begonia over and snapped off the top, and I'm trying to root the top. Could you turn it around to the back, Franklin? People can see how it plugs into a wall outlet. Yeah, and it lights up at night. It's a little night light. And that came from Robert Schuler. Irons, we picked those up off the curb. We have everything you need for our fire, except a fireplace. Put it off of the table, and now you can see the orange chairs. 4 orange chairs. This is a plaque given us by Dr. Rebecca Roxon Curley. And Franklin, would you read it to us, please?
Presented to Franklin and Glendora Buell, 2 of the angels in America, in recognition of your service to your country, from your fellow seekers of justice. May 26, 1997.
Franklin's birthday, coming up to June 2nd. That was given to Franklin by Dr. Rebecca Roxon Curley for his birthday, June the 2nd, 1997. June the 2nd or June the 3rd?
3rd.
June the 3rd. Black rug that goes under the dining room table. This is a green runner and a scatter rug. And over here is a little table that belonged to Nettie.
That's the book of poems and stories I wrote while I was working as a newspaper man.
Picture. That was published, you said, in 1971.
That's right.
Okay.
This is the Bible.
That's Nettie's Bible. Okay. And the ashtray. It's a Buffalo Evening News.
Yes.
Front page, ashtray. Given to Franklin by Franklin?
Mrs. Edward Butler, whose father-in-law founded the paper and whose husband was the publisher for many years, and she herself was publisher after her husband died.
Isn't that interesting? And the next book. It's just an elegant historical ashtray, and we use it to hold a couple of screws. New Testament and Psalms in large print, and the other book.
Bible too, I believe.
It's the Bible in plain English.
New English Bible.
New English Bible, thank you. And below that, folks, are about 50 Glendora Happy books, and some of them are plastic back, which is a very expensive edition, and some of them are paperback. A flask, a lamp, a radio clock, a TV table, cat's toys, a summer fan, and a hymnal that was given to us. No, that one was not given to us by the Church of the Highlands. We paid for it. We kept paying for it and paying for it. And nobody said stop paying for it. So we ended up paying about $15 for it. Candy, and this is Nettie's very pretty blue candy dish with white figures given to her by John Roger Erskine, her grandson. And over here is a picture of Franklin. How old?
18.
And a marble top table, another marble top table, and a picture of Glendora and Dallas. And here is a very favorite rocking chair. And here is a lazy boy chair. And behind that is the recycle box. And over here is a knotty cypress desk. And on that you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 legal papers that have to be done. It is accompanied by a Hitchcock chair, which we found, which has been recently caned. And we were able to find somebody who could still do caning. Here is a lamp that was part of our wedding and honeymoon suite of 1954 and 55 in Springfield, Massachusetts. Over there is a picture of Ralph Arnold Folsom, whose birthday was July 29th, and below that is Glendora and Franklin in Buffalo in the year 1958, I believe. And that, I'd like to see the picture of your father and mother. An embroidery of Nettie, my mother, and another that is associated with Bertha Helene Erskine, Bertha Helene Folsom Erskine. And now Franklin has a picture of his mother and father, whose birthdays are when?
May 25th and May 26th.
And how old are they?
1997, 116, and 113.
Next.
So,
That's all? Thank you, Franklin. And the 3-hole punch.
you want to see that?
You know, we can see it, thank you. What were those 2 books, in case I didn't get them? The baseball
Register.
register,
Annual publication.
an annual publication.
Records of all the active players.
Records of all the active players. Top drawer.
Another baseball register.
A baseball register.
Check registers.
Let's see your check registers. Oh no, it's your little diaries.
Yes.
Okay, hold up your diaries. Thanks. Please, okay. Next drawer. Thanks. This is a Boston rocker that Franklin and I have had ever since we were married. Wellesley Hills, Massachusetts in 1954, Christmas Day. Those more baseball registers, Franklin?
Right. And these are things that used to be in my wallet when I carried them all. This is the English pound that I had ever since I got to England in the war. When we went to France, we changed the money to French money. I kept this. Similarly, prior to that, when we went to England, we changed our money to English notes. I kept this American dollar, carried it all through the war.
What year did you go to England?
3. Social Security card.
Yeah. What's your social security number? You mustn't tell. What's in the bottom drawer? 9 by 12. And over there's a little panda bear I rescued at the garbage can, and Eddie's green swivel chair, which she had in her trailer. And what is that, Franklin? Could you hold it for us? Maybe I can see it with the lens.
Slug.
A slug.
A slug. This is a slug. It's the old-fashioned way of printing newspapers before they had cameras printed. Took photographs of the pages. It used to be that each line of type was on a slug like this. That's the old linotype machine. It's done that way for almost since the origin of newspapers, with improvements to the machines, but it was always the same basic
Isn't
idea.
that nice to have that?
And that's my byline,
Franklin, what's it say?
by Franklin Buell,
How's Franklin spelled?
with a Y.
Okay. Does it say F. Buell? Franklin F. Buell?
No,
And what newspaper did you get that from?
Buffalo News.
The Buffalo News.
The last day that you made up the pages this way and used the old-fashioned presses, or the old-fashioned linotype. Wanted to make up that correction on the file.
Now we are looking at the tree that we rescued. It's an enormous indoor tree. The Youngs, when they moved to down south, North Carolina or Virginia or somewhere, they just dumped this poor tree on its side in the field. And it didn't have a pot really to call its own. And there was very little soil in it, and it was all scraggly. But we bought it some more soil, and soil is not dirt cheap. And we brought it inside and watered it, and it has flourished ever since. We may have to move out, but the tree has a good home. And I believe lastly, we have the great big lazy boy that Franklin and Glendora bought for Nettie on her birthday, but it was never a comfortable chair, and it isn't even comfortable for us. It's a dud. That's what it is. Here are the back of the orange chairs. And we'll just do the hallway going out. And that closet, would you show us what's in that closet? A handsome overcoat, Glendora's boxes of clothes up there, and these are all winter coats and linings of coats. And the broom is in there, the electric broom. It's the inventory for the will of the living room and of the dining room at 21 Greenridge Avenue, apartment 2A, White Plains, New York, 10605. Again, today is August the 3rd, 1997, Sunday, 2 p.m. Fade out. Office 2, or it's the bedroom to the east and to the south. Another lamp and a copy machine. Can you show us the copy machine, Franklin? It's a Canon copy machine, PC300, and it's very good. Can you show us what's in that top drawer, Franklin? These are empty 3-ring notebooks. I like to have the notebook binders match my My outfit that I'm wearing this week, I'm wearing a turquoise outfit, so therefore I have a turquoise notebook. That other paper in there was how to file a complaint against TCI, which John Malone robbed us of public access. Okay, and then we have a folding chair. Is a VCR. Fine VCR. It's a Magnavox, and it's superb. And I use it so much. I use that so much, that Magnavox. 10 hours a week, maybe. And in here are instructions and owner's manuals. And this is good. Could you show us that banner? It's about lawyers. Call 516-421-6390. That's Carl Lance's there and Harvey Cash. In this room, and Old Glory is flying out to the east and also to the west. I didn't show you that in the living room. Box, 9 by 12 envelopes, and comb binders, and the stamps and labels. And another folding chair. Typewriter, a flashlight. The batteries are rechargeable batteries, and they are C batteries. And this is an Emerson television set, which also acts as a monitor. And we disconnected cable as a protest of greedy cable operators. So we have an antenna, and it works very well. Glendora, the Porzio, the landlord-tenant matter, where a greedy landlord tries to violate a tenant's rights. Harassment, warranty of habitability, retaliation. This landlord has broken many, many laws. And we have a raging fight in court about that. And Glendora is standing up for tenants' rights, and this is the year that the ETPA, the Emergency Tenant Protection Act, was renewed for 6 years. We won the battle against the landlords. 97 files. 3-ring binders waiting to be used. The receipts from things that have been purchased. And the Buell reunion book goes in there. This is a cable TV subscriber's Bill of Rights. Protection against greedy cable operators. SS Glendora, General Electric, 1996 in Schenectady. That's the telephone answering machine. This is a Radio Shack Superphone. It's great. There's a Panasonic phone. And this third phone was just disconnected. We had 3 lines, and we just disconnected 914-949-5742. This is 914-949-9495, and this one's 914-949-7882. There's a $150 Radio Shack microcassette recorder, and there's a second one. And then would you show us what's in this top drawer, Franklin? There's a third microcassette recorder there. So you've just looked at $450 worth of audio tape recorders. Some owner's manuals and some very current audio tapes by lawbreakers and by crooked lawyers and by corrupt judges. Okay, and here's another. That is telephone index cards, names and addresses of people to telephone, elastics, a stapler, color pens, flare pens, and batteries for the microcassette recorders. You can see the red curtain. It's 3 acres out there of woods that are a great joy, and we're trying to keep it from being ruined. You can see the Lincoln out there and the squirrel where the trees, the squirrel and the trees, and we feed the squirrels, and we feed Oscar Bryan, who is Penny's son, her only survivor. And we're looking to the east. This is a chat with Glendora when it started out in Manhattan. One of the first articles done on Glendora. This is Glendora and Bob Hope and Bob Hope's wife Dolores. And this is Franklin and Bob Hope. And this is Glendora and another TV show Glendora on Channel 5, a cheerful look at the news, sponsored by Supermarket Glendora and Bob Hope again. Another Glendora TV program. This is a picture of the Earth taken from the moon. And this is Nettie and Glendora at a party. And this is the Glendora that was on WRGB Schenectady, and that's Timothy cat. Timothy cat. Beautiful Persian cat. This is a chest of drawers that was made by my father, Ralph Arnold Folsom Sr. A radio clock, and the drawers contain tools and sewing equipment and a lot of index cards of telephone calls. That is a pocketbook. Yeah. Okay, Franklin. What's in the top drawer? It's a little polka dot lamp with a little fawn. This is paper clips and elastics, a dictionary, and a hymn book, I guess. This is slanty folders, paper supplies, and dividers. It's just office supplies. A little chest of drawers, which we purchased at the Dollar Limit store. It's awfully cute. I'm going to paint the turquoise drawers and the purple chest, because there can only be red, white, and blue things in this red, white, and blue office. There's $20. That's all I ever carry. Keys, ruler, pencil, Scotch tape, Windex, another lamp. There's 3 of these lamps. Okay, in a wastebasket, and a folding chair. Okay, these are files, think drawer, and behind those are the cable TV file, the receipts for the month, the current ones, meditation create, the file for 1997 current. Okay, and below that is the income tax. The income tax for several years. And then there's check stubs. No, not check stubs, but canceled checks in the banking account statement. Scatter rug there, scatter rug here, 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 and the red furry chair. And the money on the wall. Little candy boxes, $200 bills. 9 of these were stolen, and 2 boys were on probation for 5 years because of that. Could you show us what's in the closets, Franklin? Here's the scatter rug, too. Glendora's clothes, a laundry basket, a bag of video connectors, input, output, cables, junction boxes, a brand new copy cartridge, $96, and a typewriter. What's in that box? You know? A machine box. And back there are 1-inch videotapes of Glendora's jokes, commercials jokes. They were sent to CNN in Atlanta. Okay, and there's also a briefcase bag with handles that has Bruiser Ken tapes in it. Well, I think the last thing is here, Franklin, and that's this closet. Do you think that's everything? Those are the foam rubber mattresses. We sleep on 3 foam rubber mattresses. This is a collection of hats. Nobody ever stops talking about the hats, shoes, Franklin socks and shirts, and I bet there's baseball books in there, aren't there, Franklin? And then some of Glendora's winter clothes.
Non-baseball.
And there's non-baseball books in there. Okay, this is a bag that was given to me by NBC Television Network. I think that ends everything in Office 2, and I believe that we can fade out. The G is on this door for Glenn. And there was an E on that door for Edna. Oh, okay. Oh yeah, all right then. And the E is over here for Edna. That's for Nettie. I brought those home from a convention out in Chicago. Fade out. returned the call. We had a nice talk.
Message 4/5/23 p.m. Wednesday, July 30. Message 5/5/26 p.m. Wednesday, July 30. Message 6/2/20.
Dr. Vero's Sharon called. Come in Monday at 2.
I'm calling from the Observer. Just wanted to ask you some questions about Chuck Dillon and Carol Wilson. First name, my name's Greg Sargent. 212-755-2400, extension 268. If you want to give me a name this weekend, I'd appreciate that. I'm at 718-782-7011. Take care. Message 8/4/16.
Chuck Dolan. You want a comment from me about Charles Dolan, who's worth about $900 million,
5 p.m.
owner of Cablevision.
This show got to get caught there.
Case.
8722. Thank you. Message 10/10/27 p.m. Friday, August 1.
I think that's a youngster calling up who watched a chat with Glendora.
Message 11/10/39 p.m. Friday, August 1.
The telephone, the battery has run out, so we'll have to fade out. Okay, this is a letter on the floor. We put them by the door. Make sure we don't forget them, but we always forget them. I'm going to show you the hallway, inside hallway. We have Old Glory here, and that's to go out the west window there. This is the linen closet, and this is pillows, bedding, first aid, ace bandages, soap, Band-Aids, Franklin's electric shaver, Norelco, sheets, blankets, linen closet. Now, this is the scales, and it's terrible. I weigh 180, and it's terrible. Franklin weighs 147. We are going to show you the bathroom. I had to put in an electric power pack here. This looks again to the east. This is the laundry waiting to be ironed tomorrow on Monday. This is the newly re-porcelain, or it's epoxy really, bathtub and sink. Litter pans, medicine cabinet, shampoo, hydrogen peroxide, razors, Pond's cold cream, Q-tips. Apartment, this is facing north. This is the kitchen, facing west. Dishes drying, drip drying, toaster. Stove belongs to the landlord. Cooking dishes and food, usually the down oven. We use the up oven to store food in, and plastic bags for rubbish. Plastic dishes. This is the set of dishes and mugs. That was the Texaco mug that just hit the deck. Baked, table lamp, candles, in case we lose electricity, the blender, and the refrigerator. It belongs to the landlord. Pots and pans, and in that cupboard there's more glasses, and I guess a couple of serving dishes up there. And our cupboards were bare. These are a collection of spices and cat dishes.
Soy sauce.
Soy sauce. And here's cutlery. And below are the detergents and refrigerated dishes. Hammer, tools, bowls, and a great collection of spices. Great collection of spices, and here's more spices up here. We got new spices we've never even heard of. I never heard of one up there. It begins with A. What's that one? One that begins with A.
Not there.
Majoram, fennel. care of the kitchen. And I believe that takes care of everything. Trash can goes there. There's just one thing left so far as I can see, and that is the basement. The bin in the basement with all of the file boxes. This is August the 3rd, 1997, Sunday, and the time is 3 p.m. To the south, this is our new laundry table cloth. That's nice. And there's Ginny Cat. Ginny, I'll come out and get you just as soon as we finish the videotaping the inventory. Ginny Cat. These are this beautiful laundry machines. This dryer always works, and these washers always work. And Mr. Porzio claims that Glendora let raccoons in the cellar, which of course she never did, and that she left the cellar door open, which of course she never did. Yet Mr. Porzio has this window wide open, no screen, should have a screen. He should have taken care of this long ago. And that's how animals could come into the cellar. Not that I think they do. Now the cellar is dry. We've had 6 dry days here. These are painted all white for us at my repeated request. And this is all files, and these files go back to 1972, and there are 2 boxes in here of Nettie keepsakes that I want to be sure are taken good care of. This is Continental file. These are cable operators who violated free speech, the First Amendment, under color of state. These are, there's 2 tiers now. See, there's this outside tier, and then there's another tier going to the west of boxes, just like this. So these are double, 2, each one. So it's all these rows, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rows, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 columns, and 2 tiers. Here is a snow shovel, another folding chair, a windshield scraper, and a stepladder. And then up here is this pretty light that Caesar installed for us. I'd like to have you see. Now, before I go on, I start to show you something else, but I want you to know that this completes the inventory, that you've seen everything. Office 1, Office 2, the dining room, the living room, the bathroom, the kitchen, and the 2 hallways, and the basement bin. And again, I tell you that this is August the 3rd, 1997, Sunday at 3 p.m. The church chimes you just missed. They chime on the hour and they play hymns. Porzio. Okay, this is Porzio in defiance of the White Plains Building Department, in defiance of the multiple dwelling law, multiple residence law, in defiance of the tenant protection rules of the New York State DHCR, Title IX New York Code Rules and Regulations, 2504.1, 25.2, garbage, rubbish in the cellar. This all belongs to, that's an air conditioner over there, that all belongs to 2 tenants who live in apartment, just a second, I'm entangled here in the cord. And here are shoes. Look at this, shoes. We just cleaned out the rubbish there, and we've got shoes there, and a punching bag. And this is John S. Porzio in defiance of the rent regulations and the White Plains Building Code, New York State DHCR, Division of Housing and Community Renewal, and all the other laws that I just quoted for you. Fade out. Now we're going outside and see what the building is like outside. Recipes. These are Seventh-day Adventist recipes. And these are terrific. Can you eat these? Or if you have time to make them, and they don't take very long. Millet loaf, rice and green andre, oatmeal patties, Vegetarian Whoppers is what they come out to be. Chili, tofu, stir fry. Oh, these recipes are delicious. They're put out by the Seventh-day Adventists. No meat and all healthful ingredients. Salubrious.
But think about this on the broad level of whether judges should be appointed by whom, whether they should be elected, if they should run on party labels, if they should, a number of things. And thank you very much for your patience.
No, it's very informative, very interesting. The public should know, I think we're the only city where our judges are appointed. You know, because I've heard it or show they're elected. And it's a strange and operate here. The city elected body, the council, the members of the bench, but they're paid by the state. And we have no jurisdiction over those four judges. They're important to us, however, because the matters we deal with, landlord tenant things, and arraignments, and low-level and this. But certainly the city does are very important to us there. There's the court, the enforcement of our housing code, building code violations, and also the court that deals with all vehicle and traffic matters. You know, if you plead innocent, you will go before one of these judges. But they are state officials appointed by this city of the very end.
I don't know when it's going to happen, but next time the council is still the body to appoint judges. I only hope that at some point, the administration and council decide that the entire council should have a say in who is appointed, and not just the majority party. It doesn't matter whether you're Republican or Democrat. If 6 people have to sit here and vote on it, then 6 people should have something to say.
Thank you. I think we should stop at this point. Item 2 is a public hearing, proposed local law introductory number 2 of 1997, electing a retirement incentive program as authorized by Chapter 41.
At last month's council meeting, we heard from they were against the building, which is power over.
Generally, it's a quiet place where everyone wants to and enjoys living. However, let's concentrate this with what is being proposed here. You are being asked to allow 47 plus 292 assisted living residents for a total of 339 units for the whole complex. Added to the staff, somewhere between 34 and 50 who have to come in and go out every day. I just can't see a typical day just as it would be after this is complete. You allow this with a member of the people trying to park on the site, adding to this 1 or 2 big over-the-road 20-foot tractor trailers trying to park into a service bay off of either Livingston or Rutherford. Now add to this 1 or 2 emergency vehicles, a police car, and throw in for good measure a fire truck. This is just a daily occurrence. No one is moving up or down Green Ridge, Livingston, Rutherford, and the mess is on Mamaroneck Avenue. The entire neighborhood is, and this is just one out of the 365 days. Mark my word, this project will be drastically impacting onto the neighborhood and city. My friends, this is not the right place, the right time, nor for that matter, in my opinion, the right project to be granted the zoning change or waiver.
My home is a quarter of an inch longer. I just recently purchased my home in October
is saying they're helping seniors. Franklin and I are seniors. I am 69 years old and Franklin is 78 years old. And we feel like we've been seniors all of our lives. The July 7th council meeting, we had maybe 25 people here to express their concern over this property. Unfortunately, those people were driven away, and that doesn't make tonight look so good. I would like to hear the council speak. I would like to hear the council speak about what they think about this property. We haven't heard any words. And one last comment I will make, that Judges Freeman and Washington are trampling civil rights in the Whitelands Seaboard.
Please stay on the subject.
My last comment is that we will remember in November.
Anyone else?
I have written to each and every one on the council, and to you, Mr. Mayor, expressing my views on this project. And as a matter of fact, I know that the president of our building, the Housing Corporation, has also written to each and every member expressing the views of the building as a whole. Basically, my biggest objection really is the sheer physical size of this project. From what I read, the project dwarfs the size of any building in the area, including all the apartment buildings along Old American Road. And one of us wonder what effect such a project will have on the character of the neighborhood, which is essentially suburban. And as far as the size goes, I've heard any number of comparisons towards that. And I think I've heard something that was something like 11 stories, and so forth and so on. But tossing out descriptions like that, from a lot of people, it's really hard to visualize. What does that really mean? How big is 11 stories? Well, think of it this way. I think everybody here has got a pretty good idea how high the Crown Plaza is on Maple Avenue. Eliminate the two main floors of the Crown Plaza because they're very, very high, being the ballrooms and the common area. Think of the rest of it at 11 stories. Really, everybody here needs a pretty good idea how enormous this property is. Get a relative idea of the physical size of the parking facility. Will it be as big as the one on that Chester Maple? Will it be smaller? Give us some idea. Just don't throw numbers at us. Give us an idea how big. What are we looking at? And unfortunately, the old saying goes, you can't make an omelet without breaking eggs. No matter what, we're going to have a lot of problems with construction in this location. On the common council, take all these things into consideration. And I thank you for your time.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Mayor, members of the Common Council, my name is John Park. I live at 123 Greenwich Avenue. I come here tonight to tell you this proposal does not merit the attention it's receiving. I will be brief, but not because I have watched proceedings of this kind on cable TV and seen the face of exasperation on the face of some of our city officials as resident after resident spoke in opposition to his zoning change. I will be brief out of respect to the people who come here today to attend these hearings and watch them on TV, many of whom, like myself, commute 3 hours of work. We depend upon you, our city officials, to guard the city and to preserve its character. We come here out of fear that you will not do that. With regard to the present proposal, Mrs. Keenan had it right when she observed that it's beyond the scale of his earlier proposal. Of this process took place with regard to the location of 20 or more movie screens at the railroad station.
Sir, that is not on the subject.
Let me finish. And any rate, at the same time that we're talking about putting 20 more movie theaters into White Plains Railway Station, we were also considering a proposal to locate 10 or more movie screens at Main and Mnemonic Avenues. Setting aside for a moment the folly of permitting the development at the railroad station on that scale, one member of the city government was quoted as suggesting, why can't we have both 20 at railroad station and 10 or 11 at Main Street? It's precisely that attitude toward the zoning regulations and the development of White Plains that has us all in fear that the council thrashing of those regulations. It should have been stopped at City Hall with the advice of the city zoning regulations, while flexible to avoid hardship, are not negotiable where a failure to adhere to them will diminish the character of our city. I urge you to reject the proposal, complete these hearings, and put the residents of White Plains at rest. Thank you.
Mr. Mayor, honored members of the council, my name is Carrie Goldner, and I live at 105 Greenridge Avenue between Bryant and Stratford. My wife and I moved into White Plains 2 years ago from the Eastchester side of Scarsdale, and the Scarsdale side of Eastchester. We looked long and hard as to what community we wanted to live in, and of the council. After the election, we will not see the same 7 individuals sitting here in this room come after whenever the swearing in is. There will be a change. The developer has decided, after submitting this application and seeing the vast community opposition to it, that maybe the composition of the council in a different form after the election would be more suitable to his application that's pending. He put it on, he's done his paperwork, there's been numerous amount of time, effort, and expense by the city in processing the various facets of this application, and I don't see why December was picked, other than to have it be after the election when new members of the council may or may not be here. Or maybe, on the other hand, as the weather starts getting worse, the number of people in the community will find it more difficult to turn out in December, January, and February. We're here now. We spent over an hour a month ago. Mayor, you said that the hearing would not be closed off last month. It would be continued. And now, based upon the developer picking the date, he says he'd like it to come back before the Honorable Council. Why not September? Why not October? Why not November? No, he wants it after the election, because after the election there will be different priorities and there will be certain different people here. The Honorable Mayor has already said that he's not running for re-election. We will have a new mayor in some form or another come the beginning of the year. The next issue I would like to speak upon is, I still haven't had it clearly explained to me, except when Councilwoman Keenan spoke last month. This is not just about the BR1 and the BR2 districts. This is about 8 other districts. He's asking for, I don't remember, the floating zone was removed, so it's called an overlay.
Very easily to the existing zoning regulations now, and that they too come in and start buying property and start developing that whole area and making it more commercial than it is right now. And I want to just re-express my opposition to this whole thing.
I'm Keenan Schiff. I'm a resident of 81 Line Avenue, almost a native of Glendora. I'm here tonight because I have seen an encroachment through zoning in areas here in the highlands, which is very hard. That was rezoned, and there are now 5 houses on it. All of these old houses, you read here now that they want a parking lot, those have been turned into rooming houses, that were making driveways or garages. I have begged the council people somewhere along the line to take a look and see what is happening to our White Plains. We have so many great problems that I think we must look at them as an overall picture and do something about watching it. We are at a loss. I have been a resident in my place for over 40 years. I am a resident of this town. I've gone to school in this town.
administration, and I just wanted to read to you a letter which I received last week from the Soundview Area Citizens Association. Dear Mrs. Higgins, the Soundview Area Citizens Association is concerned over the senior housing project being proposed on Greenridge Avenue. The concept of this project and its location are good. However, the proposed size and height of the structure were unanimously opposed by those board members and officers surveyed. We feel that the massive size of this proposed project is way out of character for residential access.
Don't wait until December, adjourn it to November. And, you know, if the developer has anything else that they want to say to the people in the neighborhood, there's plenty of time between now and November to do that. Thank you.
Mr. Mayor, members of the council, my name is Larry Delgado. I'm also a resident of the Highlands, member of the Highland Civic Association, and also a candidate for the Common Council. And I heard here earlier that there was perhaps some shopping for candidates. I want it known here that I believe a 110-foot building, 11 stories, is way too high for this area. The reason for the request of adjournment is that our client needs time to review and respond to the concerns and
Sure.
the public hearing. Now, the council now has an opportunity to acquiesce or exceed in his requested date of adjournment or somewhere in between. How do you feel, Mr. Yankee?
Well, Mr. Mayor, if you don't mind, and I know you've been very patient, I'd like to address more than the adjourned hearing. Could I speak to the subject for just a minute? And I'll keep it short, since we will be having at least, I hope, only one more hearing on this subject. And if you'd rather I wait, I will, but I'd like to point out a couple of things tonight.
I want to point out to the public before Mrs. Healy continues, the reason she's talking this way is that we, as a courtesy, when property owner petitions for a rezoning, in effect follow the schedule that the property owner wants to follow. We did that with New York Hospital. Was sort of, it is a courtesy. The city did not concoct this, and I might say that we seem to turn out communication, which was way off the mark, implying, if not saying explicitly, that any
Right to the left. It is the densest zone in the city. The application, this permit, is asking that we make a denser zone.
Now calls, 16 messages, 10:46 a.m. Monday, August 4. Hi, Glendora, how you doing? I'm doing fine, how you doing? I can get mine. Let me see if I can, or at least I can turn on the line and get rid of the feedback. Okay, I'm ready. I can get my guy to draw me up tomorrow afternoon. No, I'm in Hicksville, all day tomorrow, editing my TV show at Charles Bowen's editing room in Hicksville. That is something that he gave me. All right. 3:36 p.m. Monday, August 4. Glendora, it's Jane Ann Murray returning your call. You can reach me 330-1210. Thanks. Bye. Message 7:12 p.m. Monday, August 4. How are you, Glendora? Cy Murphy in Buffalo, returning your call of last night. I'll try to give Frank a call tomorrow. It'll be probably after the dinner hour. Thanks very much. Good night. Message 8:54 a.m. Tuesday, August 5. Hi, Glendora. This is Ari from Judge Barrett's Chambers. You gave me a call yesterday regarding August 7th. You wanted to know if there was a follow argument down on your case for that date. So you said 10:15. I'm just going to let you know that the judge has set an oral argument date on your case, so you do not have to come in on August 7th. Judge Barrett's Chambers will call you, or they'll write you a note letting you know when oral argument has been set, but there's nothing down. Message 9:59 a.m. Tuesday, August 5. Glendora, I love that little joke of yours. This is Tom DeLuca. I dragged my feet a little bit because I was researching the best place I can go to have these units refurbed, and I think I found one, but I will get back to you today or tomorrow morning and tell you the whole lowdown. Thank you. Message 10:11 a.m. Tuesday, August 5. This is Tom DeLuca again. Glendora, I was talking to these people who refurb these units, and what I really would like to do is find out if it's possible to make a single pass with the cartridges and see the condition of the drums. And this way we know if the drums are good, then it would keep the price down. Otherwise, the drum might have to be replaced, in which case it's going to boost the price and change our whole message. 11:29 a.m. Tuesday, August 5. Hello? Message 12:30 p.m. Tuesday, August 5. Glendora, it's Jane Ann, and it's 5:15 on Tuesday. Tomorrow I have a court appearance at 9:30, but from 10 o'clock on I should be in my office, so maybe you could give me a call and we could try and locate Stewart and talk about our trial strategy. So hopefully we'll hook up sometime this week. Talk to you soon. Bye. Message 13:19 p.m. Tuesday, August 5.
Went in to get the mail.
Glendora, this is the same joke from yesterday. I don't understand. You must be falling down on a job. It's your esteemed legal advisor, Stuart Grossman. You don't call me back, Glendora. I don't understand. Maybe you're on vacation. Give me a call when you can. Bye. Message 14:27 p.m. Tuesday, August 5. Cy Murphy, Glendora, Paul and Frank. I'll be at home. Thank you. Message 15:27 p.m. Tuesday, August 5. What the hell are you talking about, Glendora? Message 16:10:06 p.m. Tuesday, August 5. End of messages.
This is Franklin's mother and father's home. And they lived there until they died. At 17 Prospect, Terryville, Connecticut. And this is their neighbors next door, George and Ann Malley. George Malley was practically born in this house. And he went to school across the street. You can't quite see it because of greenery. They're so lush. And he went there from 3rd grade all the way up to senior high school. And a senior and graduated from there. Then he went to work for the Eagle Lock Company in Terryville, Connecticut, for all of his working life. Today is August the 6th, 1997, a Wednesday, and this is a Buell reunion. 2 Buells, Franklin Buell. And that's George's brand new car. And this is his new car. You too?
Yes. And I'm missing it for these few days, and oh boy.
Really? It tells that.
Yes, it's showing already.
Where's that, down in Florida?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
And it's kind of a heavy one. I had to get used to it. But I enjoy it.
You do?
Yeah.
And how old are you?
89.
89?
I'll be 89 October 8th.
Oh, really?
I think it's quite nice.
You tell us about it.
It's a beautiful Pontiac Bonneville. The reason why I bought it, because I got a good deal on it. And I figured, getting a little bit older, I says, it's about time I started getting something newer.
And so it's brand new, right, from the factory?
Brand spanking new, factory fresh. I don't know how long it's been on the lot, but you know, it's new.
Your miniature piano.
It's in the suitcase.
With strings and everything, right?
Yeah, no strings attached.
And the keyboard. How'd you make
Don't work. It just looks nice.
Yeah, how'd you make it look so real?
A little paint.
Paint?
Yeah.
And you're going to make another one?
Yeah, I hope so.
And are you going to write to Steinway and see if they will give you the...
No, I decided I wouldn't impose on them.
He's going to go to Yamaha, the Japanese piano.
And Franklin, what do you think of your trip so far, the Buell reunion this year?
Do I need glasses? We have pictures?
Oh, it's been wonderful. Yes, it's been
Oh, okay.
110%.
Oh, that's great, and you've enjoyed yourself, right?
Yes, indeed.
And this is Ann Malley. Ann Malley, that was a delicious dinner.
I'm so glad you enjoyed it.
You
We
are a good
enjoyed
cook.
having you come.
You are a good cook. Tell us about the potatoes again.
Oh, this is how you get your recipes? Very simple. Pre-cook them for about halfway, 20 minutes.
Until they're semi-soft.
Yeah, 20 minutes is good because you're going to have them in the oven an hour on a high temperature.
If it's a real warm day, put them out in the hood of your car. They'll pre-cook that way you can save energy.
Put them in a pan, sprinkle a little olive oil and a little bit of butter.
Extra virgin olive oil.
Yeah, that's right, extra virgin. And put a little parsley on them. And then pop them in the oven about 400 degrees for an hour or so. Turn them once in a while.
And a little bit of parsley.
Mm-hmm.
And no salt.
You can do that, of course, according to your taste.
Have you got any recipes over there, Bob Hope?
No.
You must have something.
No, I'm his son, Hopeless.
That was his real first name, you know, Les Hope.
Les Hope?
Leslie Towns Hope.
I'll be darned. He was born in England, wasn't he?
Yes, in
Les
London.
Hope.
1909.
I think you're wrong.
Yeah? 1903?
No, he's born before that. I think about 1903 or 1902.
What's that make him?
Well, what's he, about 94, 95 now?
You've got your Bible.
Right around. I have my Bible in the house, tells everything like that. I think you're even in there, Glendora. Famous TV personalities. There's a small page in there.
Card table. That was old and crinkly.
Better get the cookies.
And, Ann refinished it, and then she did all these cute little flowers and leaves.
Yes. Remember it had big rips in it?
That's the
I'm going to keep this up.
Larry, read to us what it says on the plaque,
Okay,
please.
yeah. I'll just put this on the plate.
Take it out of the box, please.
I'm afraid that somebody's gonna back off the porch.
Let's see what it says. It says, presented to Franklin and Glendora Buell.
Say it again, Virginia Dare.
That used to be a good wine, Virginia dear. Here, Glendora, you can sit right over here.
Presented to Franklin and Glendora Buell, 2 of the angels in America, in recognition of your service to your country. From your fellow seekers of justice, 5/26/97.
That's quite nice, it really is.
Thank you.
That's beautiful.
Thanks.
That's nice. What did you have to do besides being your own selves?
Well, you had to go poor. You had to become informer paupers and spend all your money.
Here, Glendora, why don't you sit over here?
I will, as soon as I finish my camera work.
That is something, oh, that's really nice.
Thanks. Two of the Angels of America.
That's a wonderful title.
Yeah.
You should put this outside the door of your apartment for your recognition, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, thank you.
That's really nice.
Has anything to do with the TV program?
That is
Well,
just
yes, and the fights for rights. And of course, the
That
lawsuits.
is just beautiful.
It is.
Oh, thanks.
You should be very proud of that.
I'm very
sure
proud
you
of it,
are.
very happy. That's why we brought it all the way from White Plains to show to you.
It's just, I never seen anything quite like it.
And again, this is Franklin's mother's and father's home, where they lived until they died. And this is Terryville, Connecticut. And this is on a perfect August the 6th, 1997, Wednesday, Anno Domini.
9 p.m. Monday, August 18th. Hi, Glendora, it's Bob Goldberg. It's Monday about, it's actually 10:30. Glendora, it's Jane Ann. I'm writing my jury questions in the case, and I just have a few questions for you. So maybe you could give me a call tomorrow morning if you're free. I just want to ask you, I guess, about the content of your TV show over the years and how long it's been on, because I think we should ask more specific questions of the jurors, and I'd like to be able to tell them what the show has been about. I waited till today to call you to tell you what went on in Riverhead this morning. Further injustice, anyways, I have to pick up the baby soon, but if you give me a call later, I should be home. I'd like to know what day I have to testify for your case. I have to find out. Anyways, I'll talk to you later. Bye. Message 7:10:04 11:06 a.m. Wednesday, August 20. Message 9:56 p.m. Thursday, August 21. Glendora, this is Julie Gambino. I'm returning your call, and I just want you to know that I'm going to be there all day with you September 3rd. Everybody else is going to be there too. We're going to do what we have to do for you. Have a good day, and kiss Franklin for me. Bye. End of messages. Enter yes to confirm. Messages erased. Record announcement.
A fellow went to Atlantic City and he vowed that he wouldn't bet any money. And it was over, 3-year probation. And so I went to the probation office and I showed him the public record. And I tried to stop the probation from ending. I thought he should still be on probation to protect the citizens of Nassau County against things that he had done and had a long record of doing, a long public record of doing. So Scott Lord, with all these defaults in the bankruptcy court, not showing up for the 341 meetings and not answering the summons, and not coming when called, he takes out a motion to Judge Hall, the bankruptcy court judge, to vacate all of his defaults. Well, naturally, I oppose that, and that was with hundreds of pages that I sent to the bankruptcy court, why his faults should not be vacated. And there was a hearing on that before Judge Hall in Westbury, and I went all the way down from Westchester County to Nassau County to be at that hearing, and I heard Richard O'Connell present his case why the Scott Lord's default should not be vacated. And then I asked Judge Hall if I could speak, and Judge Hall denied me an opportunity to speak. And then the trustee decides to settle with Tri-State. Remember, the Tri-State was $105. That's what the trustee, $105,000. That's what the trustee said the fraudulent conveyance was with Tri-State. Then the trustee decides to settle with Tri-State for $5,000. To me, there's a big difference between $105,000 and $5,000. So right there before your eyes, you saw the bankruptcy estate dwindle by $100,000. And the trustee gives all kinds of reasons. This is Trustee Richard O'Connell. Now, he's a panel trustee. He's not the United States trustee. And he gives all kinds of reasons that Tri-State doesn't have $100,000. And that the money that was taken out of the estate, part of it was the salary of Scott Lord, and part of it was for equipment, and that Scott Lord had not told Tri-State the truth, that Scott Lord had said that he had something like 105 active accounts or 300 active accounts, and it turned out he only had 100 active accounts, and that the equipment that Scott Lord said that he had when he sold his company to Tri-State didn't amount to the figure that Scott Lord said it had. So they downsized the deal of selling the company, the Atlantis, from like $100,000 down to $55,000 and so forth. And to me, the trustee should have known all this. Don't you think? He should have known exactly what this was worth. He shouldn't have been hoodwinked. Missing the mark by $100,000 is a big shot. It's like, 80% error. When the company's, when he hits them for $105,000 and then decides to settle for $5,000. So certainly I oppose that. And I went to that hearing of O'Connell before Judge Hall. And I asked again to speak to that at that hearing, and yes, I was allowed to speak. And I said that Tri-State had a mortgage that I knew of for something like $110,000. That was in the Nassau County Clerk's office. And so I said they did have the assets and they could pay. Well, as it turned out, Judge Hall, first of all, he signed a order not to vacate Scott Lord's defaults. And I want to read you something about that, just a second. This is under the signature of Richard O'Connell, the panel trustee. And this is what he says. This is his last statement on the vacating Scott Lord's defaults. This estate currently has no assets because Mr. Lord transferred them to Tri-State and then falsely swore that no transfers had been made. His filing of the Atlantis bankruptcy petition was, at the very least, a cynical attempt to manipulate the bankruptcy system and to mislead his creditors. His default in appearing and answering was not a brief lapse, rather more than 3 months elapsed from the last date upon which Mr. Lord might have answered to the date that he made his instant motion, the motion to vacate his defaults. Under the circumstances, Mr. Lord's default should not be vacated. Wherefore, plaintiff Richard O'Connell respectfully requests that defendant's motion be denied in all respects, dated Flushing, New York, March the 15th, 1991. Richard E. O'Connell, trustee. Yost and O'Connell, attorneys for the trustee, 16124 Northern Boulevard, Flushing, New York, 11358, 718-358-5520. So Judge Hall did not vacate Scott Lord's defaults. Now, Richard O'Connell submitted his motion to Judge Hall to settle all the monies against Tri-State, $105,000 for $5,000, and Judge Hall signed that order. So the estate had, instead of $105,000 in it, it had $5,000 in it. Now in 1992, Scott Lord called me and he offered to settle with me. He wanted his license back. He didn't want to work for Jan Stahl and Jeffrey Barnes. He didn't want to work for Tri-State Irrigation. He wanted his own company again. So he applied to Consumer Affairs for under a new name every year, under a new name for his company. And he applied to get a license. And Consumer Affairs told him that he had this judgment was against him, this judgment with Glendora. And so Scott Lord decided to make peace with Glendora. And so he offered to pay Glendora $1,000 a month in 1992. And something like 5-6 months payment. Or was it $500 a month? Or something like that. And Scott Lord, having defaulted to Glendora in every arrangement that he'd ever made with Glendora, way back to the contract of 1986, way back to 1988, when through Consumer Affairs he was going to settle with Glendora and settle the judgment and get his license. And then through the thing with the Article 78 with the County of Nassau and Consumer Affairs, and he reneged on that. So here he was with another one. And I could see pretty well that he would renege on this. So I let him go and talk about it. And sure enough, he reneged on that. And he wrote this false letter to Consumer Affairs, which I'll read you, if I can find it. On September 22nd, 1992, I wrote you concerning payments that I am willing to make to Glendora. I will make these payments under duress, as this is the only way I will get my license back. I would like to point out to you that this debt, according to the bankruptcy law, does not legally have to be paid. Well, that's not exactly so either. I am paying this debt so that the harassment that has been going on will stop. It has not been harassment. I had every right to try to collect the money that he cheated me out of up until the time he went bankrupt, and then he gets an automatic stay. And then the bankruptcy court takes over the bankruptcy estate and Richard O'Connell. I also understand that you cannot agree to these arrangements. I have offered these arrangements to Glendora, but she does not want to take them. I will be sending her the money, and I'm sure she will not refuse any of my payments. Well, he never sent any money. He never sent any money at all. Please contact me to advise me of your position in this matter. Sincerely yours, Scott Lord. I'll show you that. Then he wrote another letter to Consumer Affairs very soon after that. That was also false. Well, by now you can surely see that it's not in the best interest of the creditors to settle the Tri-State thing from $105,000 down to $5,000. That is not in the best interest of the creditors, is it? So then the trustee, the panel trustee, comes along with this one. He gets a judgment against Scott Lord for $55,000. Scott Lord, in other words, has to pay the estate, the creditors, $55,000. And Judge Hall signs the order for that. So in Judge 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, in Scott Lord's own words, at the time he wants to settle with Glendora, he tells her that the bankruptcy backfired. See, Scott Lord was hoping to get rid of all of his creditors through the automatic stay of the bankruptcy law by going bankrupt, and then he could get his license, he thought. But this didn't work either, because he gets a judgment against him for all of these fraudulent conveyances for $55,000. Now, the panel trustee comes along, and guess what he's going to do now? He makes we have this judgment against Scott Lord for $55,000, and then the trustee comes along and he makes an application to the bankruptcy court to settle with Scott Lord for $12,000. Is this in the best interest of the creditors? We had a $55,000 judgment against Scott Lord, and now the trustee wants to settle it for $12,000. Don't you think there's a big difference between $55,000 and $12,000? So naturally, I oppose that. And this is my application or my counterclaim against that. And not only does the trustee want to downsize the payment from $55,000 to $12,000, he wants to give Scott Lord time payments. He's going to let Scott Lord pay these at $1,000 a month over a period of 12 months, and it's supposed to be all paid up in October of 1993. Now that is the worst of both worlds for the creditors, and it's the best of both worlds for the debtor, Scott Lord. If he's going to downsize the amount from $55,000 to $12,000, then Scott Lord, in addition to that, should not get time payments, right? So he puts this before Judge Hall, and as I say, I oppose it with this motion here to make Scott Lord pay the original $55,000. And Judge Hall, right then and there, and I appeared at the bankruptcy court and I opposed it. And Judge Hall said, he told me to sit down. And he hadn't read this, and he would not let me play my evidence of the names that Scott Lord had called me over the telephone. And the marshal, Joseph Derby, had taken my recorder. When I went in, I wasn't going to record, I was going to play back the evidence. And when it came time for me to play back the evidence, Joseph Derby would not produce my recorder so that I could play it back for Judge Hall. And Judge Hall just sort of glossed over this. He didn't allow it to be heard. And so he wouldn't let me read this at the hearing either. And it just turned out to be that, again, I did not get my a day in court. Then something very, very, very interesting happened, and I'll tell you about that. And before I tell you about this next interesting thing that happened, I just wanted you to know I had to go to the library, and I had to read all that. That's the bankruptcy code. There's a bankruptcy code, the bankruptcy law, and then the bankruptcy rules. So I had to read all that stuff. And that took about a year. That was from 1992 to 1993. I finished it in the first quarter of 1993. So let me tell you this next thing. Bearing in mind all that you just heard, and with Judge Hall not giving me a chance to be heard, and with the trustee never giving me the information that I'm entitled to have as a creditor, it should be on file in the clerk's office, and downsizing the tri-state from $105,000 to $5,000, and downsizing the judgment against Scott Lord from $55,000 to $12,000. Okay, and with all of the negligences, and with all of the just letting things go on and ignoring it and not doing the job, finally, around the middle of March of 1993, I sued 11 defendants in the Westchester County Supreme Court, and I sued them on negligences, 65 counts, and it was Glendora plaintiff versus Judge Conrad Duberstein. He is the head judge of the whole Eastern District. He's headquartered in Brooklyn, a bankruptcy judge, and he's Judge Hall's boss. And I had sent him, I'd sent out letters practically every week pointing out the things that weren't being done and the things that were wrong and the things that were unjust. He totally ignored them. So I sued him for that negligence. And I sued Judge Robert John Hall for all of his negligences that had piled up. And the panel trustee, Richard O'Connell, unbelievable pile of negligences. And the United States trustee Harold Jones down in Bowling Green in Manhattan, because he's the head trustee, and he'd been informed all along of these things that were wrong, and he did nothing about it. He chose to do nothing about it. Neil Mann, the assistant United States trustee. Teresa Kavanaugh, the assistant United States trustee who replaced Neil Mann. The United States attorney Andrew Maloney, because he had been informed all along about these wrongs, and he chose to do nothing about it, although he did send us one letter, and he did say that he would start an investigation into the criminal aspects of Scott Lord. And then who else? The marshal who denied me my audio tape evidence to present in court. That would be Joseph Derby, and Scott Lord, and Jan Stahl, and Jeffrey Barnes. Those are the 11 defendants. I have to insert something here that I forgot to tell you. I made a motion to Judge Robert John Hall to ask the United States Attorney to conduct a criminal investigation of Scott Lord, Jan Stahl, Jeffrey Barnes, Atlantis Lawn Sprinklers, and Tri-State and its division, Atlantis Lawn Sprinkler Systems. And Judge Hall, or somebody, sent that motion back without any name or any date or any explanation. They just sent it right back. Did nothing about it. That was another negligence. Oh, so now to continue. The summons with notice said to those 11 defendants that they had to have an answer into my complaint, which was, it was a long thing. It was about 28 pages, and it was 65 counts. That they had have to have their answer in by about April 16th. Well, Richard O'Connell answered. His defense really had no merit. And the federal defendants never answered. They never answered and haven't answered to this day, and it's July 4th. They haven't answered to this day, and they were represented by a lawyer named Novinsky. Jan Stahl wrote a letter and said he had no interest in what I was saying. That is hardly an answer. So the next thing, of course, I have to file the Federal Tort Claims Act. I have to file the administrative claim. And here they are. I filed 4 of them. The Executive Office of the United States Attorneys, Department of Justice, that's called USAO, and of course that would be for Andrew Maloney, former United States Attorney in our area. L. Ralph Meckham, Director, Administrative Office, U.S. Courts, 1 Columbus Circle. These went out about the middle of August, 1993. That would be for the 2 judges, Judge Duberstein and Judge Hall. And this one is the General Counsel, Executive Office, United States Trustees. That would be Martha Davis, you know who she is. And so that would go for Kavanaugh, Jones, and Mann, United States Trustees. And the last one is the Senior Associate General, Counsel for Litigation, U.S. Marshal Service, and that would be for Marshal Joseph Derby. Now this form is a very simple form to fill out. It's 1 page, and over in the back there's 2-3 questions, yes and no. And it's as simple as that. You send it to the agency, and the agency has something like 6 months to accept your claim or to deny it. And if you don't hear from them in 6 months, you can assume that it's denied. Then you. This mailing, with its printing and with its postage, cost $102. $102. And this is the 106th mailing. The others haven't been quite that expensive. So somebody has to pay for that. This is a Katy cat. the biggest thing, of course, that happened is that September 8th came, and we started our 8th year of trying to find justice out of the mess that Scott Lord made of everything, out of lying to us, stealing, and cheating, trying to make good that. So we started our 8th year on that. I met Scott Lord on September the 8th on Oyster Bay Road out in Plainview, Long Island, Nassau County, or it is Nassau County, isn't it? It's pretty, the administrator of the United States Courts in Washington, D.C., and wrote a very, very nice letter. And so I apologized, and I made out the administrative claim, this time I hope correctly, and sent it back. Their work was beautiful. The work that they sent out was just beautiful. And then I talked to the marshals, and true enough, with the marshals, I hadn't signed that one either. That's in Arlington, Virginia, which is Washington, D.C. And the nice young man from there talked to me. His name is Joseph Lazar. And so I sent out a new administrative claim. This time, I hope correctly. I also heard from Martha Davis, who had a lot to do with the adversary proceeding that was started against Scott Lord, Jan Stahl, and Jeffrey Barnes for the fraudulent conveyances in the bankruptcy. So I heard from her that there were defects in the way I made out the administrative claim. So folks, I did that over again. I'm very sorry about that. I'm very embarrassed. So that one is done. Now the fourth one, who is that? That's the United States Attorney's Office. And I sent apparently Mr. Meekums, who is the administrator of the United States Court, I sent the attorneys to him, and the administrative court I sent to the attorneys. So I hope I've corrected all that, and I hope I've got them all out. You understand what the administrative claim is about. I have to say that these people did all these bad things, Judge Hall and Judge Duperstein, and the three United States trustees, Mann, Kavanaugh, and Jones, and the United States Attorney, Andrew Maloney, and the United States Marshal, Joseph Derby, that they did all these bad things, and I was making a claim for these. And for each of the agencies, the four agencies, I make a claim of $12,500, and for four of them, that is $50,000. Mr. Laser told me that, Laser, that's an interesting name. It's not L-A-S-E-R, though, it's L-A-Z-U-R. That's concentrated light. Mr. Laser told me, Lazar, said that probably they would all get together, the four agencies, and one of those agencies would be chosen to handle all four of them. That just one agency would be chosen to handle all four claims. What else is new? Oh, in my affirmation in support of Richard O'Connell's application to settle with Judge Hall, the Scott Lord payments. Remember, Scott Lord defaulted in his payments. Scott Lord's always defaulted with me. I've never known him not to default. But the trustee minimized those assets to the estate. So at this point, the best thing to do is to support O'Connell on that. What else happened that we keep every day on what is happening with Glendora versus Scott Lord, Jan Stahl, Jeffrey Barnes, and all those other people? This is a very sad thing. Did you see where Judge Wackler got 15 months? Remember Judge Wackler? You saw him here on a chat with Glendora 8 days before he was arrested. There he was, everything a human being should be. Remember, he was jolly and witty and vigorous and full of vitality and likable and smart. And in the back of his mind, all of this crazy stuff is going on. It's really a sad thing how hard he hit the bottom. All right, another notable thing that happened with Glendora versus Scott Lord et al. The week of September 6th was along about the first of the week, Scott Lord telephoned me. And I'd like to have you hear that conversation. I'd like to find out what Scott Lord is like. And this is the Supreme Court of the State of New York, the County of Westchester, Glendora plaintiff against Conrad Duberstein, Robert John Hall, Andrew Maloney, Harold Jones, who is a United States trustee, former, Neil Mann, who is an assistant United States trustee, former, Teresa Kavanaugh, a current United States trustee, over in Garden City, and Richard O'Connell, the panel trustee, Joseph Derby, the marshal, Scott Lord, the bankrupt, the debtor, Jan Stahl and Jeffrey Burns, the two people Scott Lord committed fraudulent conveyances with. Conrad Duberstein is the chief judge of the Eastern District Bankruptcy Court, that's Brooklyn, Nassau, and Suffolk. Robert John Hall is the judge that I said was negligent in handling this case, and he's in Westbury. He's a bankruptcy judge in Westbury. Notice of cross motion, and this is to the Honorable Samuel G. Fredman. That's remember Judge Cattell remanded, he severed the case, okay? Those above, all those federal defendants, the 7 federal defendants, he said everything had to stop, and I had to file a federal administrative claim to 4 agencies about those 7 federal defendants, and then the 4 non-federal defendants he remanded to the state court, where it should have been, from the beginning, the whole thing. Please take notice that upon the annexation
Hi, Glendora. It's Ariel here from Cheshire. Let's make that 5 o'clock on September 24th for argument. Thank you. Please call back to confirm. Bye. Message 3, message 2, message 1, 4:53 p.m. Monday, August 25. Hello, Glendora. This is Ari from the Sheriff's Chambers. The number again is 212-805-0088, and I'm just calling to let you know that the judge is holding argument in your case on September 24th at 5:30. This will affect the confirm. Thank you. Message 2, 4:50. Message 3, 5:34 p.m. Monday, August 25. Message 4, 5:44 p.m. Monday, August 25. Message 5, 2:38 p.m. Tuesday, August 26th. Hi, Glenn. This is Steve. I'm returning your call. I got some map information, I think, that, I don't know, I get it off the internet, but it tells me if I go from I-287 and I begin on the cross Westchester Highway and go south for 0.2 miles and then bear right on Westchester Avenue, Highway 11971, and head west for half a mile. Message 6, 5:50 p.m. Tuesday, August 26th. Hi, Glendora. This is Caroline Sabine Weavers. I had 2 operations this summer. I was very ill, but I wanted to call you and see how you were doing. 718-805-0778. Message 7, 6:30 p.m. Tuesday, August 26th. Message 8, 6:49 p.m. Tuesday, August 26th. Hey, Glendora, it's Mike Farley. How are you? I'd like to tell you about the day's event, but I'll try to give you a call later or tomorrow. All right? Hope everything's well with you and Franklin. And we'll see you real soon, I'm sure. All right? Bye-bye. Message 9, 7:20 p.m. Tuesday, August 26th. Message 10, 9:49 p.m. Wednesday, August 27th. Message 11, 9:49 p.m. Wednesday, August 27th. Hi, Glendora. I'm in the middle of watching the show. My name's Ernie. I was just wondering, I'm a big fan of yours. If you could please send me an autographed picture if you can. Send it to me. My address is 3038 Palm Pond Road, Yorktown. I really appreciate it. If you could just write to Ernie, my biggest friend, fan, love Glendora. Thank you. Hope you hear from me. Bye. Message 14:09:55 p.m. Wednesday, August 27th. Message 15:10:39 a.m. Friday, August 29th.
Hello, Mrs. Buell. This is Brenna Mahoney from Judge Ajax's chambers. I was just calling to ask whether you have a fax machine because I'm sending out the judge's decision on the pending motion. And I'm putting it in the mail this morning, Friday, but if you have a fax number where I can send it this morning, you can leave me a message at 718-260-2530. If not, I'm sure you'll get it in the mail Tuesday morning.
Message 16:11:35 a.m. Friday, August 29th. Glendora, my darling, I just wanted to know what time next Wednesday, and I wanted to know what the name of the judge was. I will talk to you. Guess who this is? Take care. Message 17:44 p.m. Friday, August 29th.
Glendora, you're great. It's Patricia Weiss. I was thinking of you, and thanks for your call. I spent yesterday with your boyfriend at the Second Circuit on the 17th floor, Judge McLaughlin, and his pals, Judge Kearse and Judge Traeger. I don't think he's ever quite gotten over you, Glendora. But I'll speak to you soon. Patricia Weiss, Back Harbor, bye.
Message 18:41 p.m. Friday, August 29th. Message 19:10:29 p.m. Friday, August 29th. Message 20:10:53 p.m. Saturday, August 30th. End of messages. Answer off. Enter yes to confirm. Messages erased. Record announcement.
At the California Naval Base, in the office of the Chief Surgeon, a sailor put a sign up on the door. Put a sign up on the door of the Chief Surgeon. The Wizard of Gauze.
At the California Naval Base, in the office of the Chief Surgeon, the sailor put a sign up on the door. Put a sign up on the door of the Chief Surgeon. The Wizard of Gauze.
Hello, this is Ari Hernandez Markowski, courtroom deputy to the Honorable Harold Bear Jr. I am unable to come to the phone right now, but if you'll leave your name and number, the case you're calling about, and the case number, I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thank you. Please leave a message at the tone, or enter another extension number, or press 0 for assistance. Recording.
This is Glendora, Ari. I received your message, and God willing, I will be there on September 24th at 5 p.m. And at the California Naval Base, in the office of the Chief Surgeon, a sailor put up a sign, Wizard of Gauze. Take care.
Twelve 55 p.m. Tuesday, August 26th. Message 3:19 p.m. Wednesday, August 27th. Hello? Hello? I'm calling because I'm looking at my television and I don't get it. I see some of the most horrible crap I've ever seen in my life. I mean, it's a terrible signal. And I don't even know what this is. 5:25 p.m. Friday, August 29. Friday, August 29. Message 7:10:03 p.m. Friday, August 29. Message 8.
Glendora, I want to know who done your hair. Because, you know, I need so many tips. I really like the hat. The fat face. Especially the checkered blazer. The black vest and the red tie. We love the...
Message 11:10:30 p.m. Friday, August 29. Message 12:10:39 p.m. Saturday, August 30. End of messages. Enter command or star for help. Enter 0 to confirm. Messages erased. Enter command or star for help. Record announcement.
At the California Naval Base, somebody put a sign on the office of the chief surgeon, and the sign said, "Wizard of Gauze." It's 1997 Labor Day. This junk has been in the cellar. I believe that most of it belongs to the two boys in apartment B3. And this is against the lease. This is against the warranty of habitability. And White Plains Building Department, please notice the mildew on that punching bag. And New York State Division of Housing and Community Development, please note. This rubbish has been here since January of 1997. The landlord has been asked several times to do his job and keep the common area clean. This is evidence against John S. Porzio, and this also goes to Judge Rosanna Washington. Again, September the 1st, 1997, Monday, Labor Day, at 10:34 a.m. Junk in the building A cellar. He has been told to take this out by the building department once. Fade out.
No calls. 20 messages. 11:30 a.m. Tuesday, September 2. Glendora, it's Stuart. I'm in the office today. Give me a buzz. 718-520-8722. Message 2:12:05 p.m. Tuesday, September 2.
Hi, Glendora and Franklin, it's Jane Ann. I hope you'll give me a call today sometime. I should be in the office all day until about 6, and we could just chat about some more things to do at the trial tomorrow. Thanks a lot. Bye.
Message 3:1:20 p.m. Tuesday, September 2.
It's Philip, Glendora, and Franklin. It's Becky. I just want to tell you, just got off the phone with Jane Ann Murray. She went over the medical records with me. Said they probably won't be ready for me to testify
Monday. So, but I have my home probate discovery this week anyways. At any rate, I'm sure things will go fine. I can't believe this is happening either. She's very interesting in my class action. Message 4908 p.m. Tuesday, September 2. Hi, Glendora. It's Bob Goldberg. It's Tuesday after the holiday, about 9 p.m. I want to come in and testify and help you in any way I can, but I can't sit there, without knowing when you're going to have the testimony given. So please get back to me, 516-822-2582. One way might be that you give me a call. Message 5909 p.m. Tuesday, September 2. Hi, Glenn. It's Bob Goldberg again. One way might be that you give me a call when you know when you want me, and I could be into Brooklyn within an hour and 15 minutes. Okay, please get back to me. Take care. Message 6:55 p.m. Wednesday, September 3. Glendora, this is Laura Godoy. I was at the fourth day. Excuse me. If can, would you come on the phone? If not, if I could leave a message that I cannot be there tomorrow. I'll be there in spirit, and I intend to be in court on Friday with you. Just wanted to let you know that, and that I hope that you'll let Monkey leading the defense for their front. Message 7:26 p.m. Wednesday, September 3. Okay, it's me again. I just want to say I would like to see a lot of probing questions about the Marshal Service and why it is that they go into this subcontracting and what the rules of engagement are and why this guy didn't call for backup. And if they're sticking to the story that you put yourself down and didn't want to move, he should have gone for help. Why didn't he call a marshal or a woman security person to help with you? Message 8:27 p.m. Wednesday, September 3. Hi, one last time. Okay, I would pound away at him for not finding out what are their rules for dealing with a problem. And good luck. If at all possible, I'll try to come in. Thank you. Message 7:59 p.m. Thursday, September 4. Yeah, Glendora, it's Mike. Carly, you there? Alright, I'm just trying to call and see how you guys made out today. I'll give you a call later, bye. Message 10:09 a.m. Friday, September 5. Hi, Glendora. Carol, I wanted to know how did you fare in court yesterday? Give me a call, 834-7395. Bye-bye. Message 11:29 a.m. Friday, September 5. Hi, it's Brad. Just checking in. Like to hear what happened. Give me a call when you get a chance. Bye. Message 12:58 a.m. Friday, September 5. Glendora, Carol, it's around 9:55. What happened in court yesterday? Did you get called back by 834-7395? Bye-bye. Message 13:35 p.m. Friday, September 5. Hello, Glendora. It's Becky calling. I've been on the phone all morning. Lori and I are calling different people, trying to get somebody to do something about this. This is not good, Glendora, that they're saying that I can't testify because there's elder abuse in a civil matter. As far as I'm concerned, that should be you and Franklin's defense. That the fact that you were criminally violated, did something about it, that was why this happened to us, the retribution thing. And I really wish... Message 14:36 p.m. Friday, September 5. It's Becky again. I really wish that you would find some way to get me to be able to testify on Monday or sometime. Please call me about this. I don't think Jane Ann's working with you. She probably stay in. don't trust her. Bye. Message 15, 7:44 p.m. Friday, September 5. Hey, Glendora, it's Mike. You there? Trying to return your call. Alright, I'll try calling you back in a little bit. Alright? I'm sure you guys are busy, but I really want to hear what happened. Alright? Bye-bye. Message 16, 8:06 p.m. Friday, September 5. Hey, Glendora, it's Mike again. I'm just calling to find out what happened. I guess you guys must be pretty tired, so, I'll give you a call sometime tomorrow. Alright? Vicky says hello. So does the baby. Alright? You guys have a good night. I'm glad to hear it went alright. I can't wait to hear all the details. Bye-bye. Message 17, 8:17 p.m. Friday, September 5.
Glendora, this is Gloria and Ralph. You're not in. I hope you had a good day. I'll be talking to you.
Message 18, 10:26 p.m. Friday, September 5. Message 19, 10:27 p.m. Friday, September 5. Message 20, 10:28 p.m. Friday, September 5. End of messages. Enter yes to confirm. Messages erased. Record announcement.
Harry said it used to be I owe you. He says, but now it's I owe everybody.